Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD PRO. It's finished off in Solar Octane, and we'll go over the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features for the best-selling mid-size truck. So we will start off today's review with what powers the Tacoma. So this has the 3.5 liter V6. It's paired with the Atkinson cycle technology. This model is also paired to the 6-speed automatic transmission. You can opt for the 6-speed manual. This pumps out 278 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque, primarily sent through the rear wheels. However, this does have the 4-wheel drive system as well. And it'll do 0 to 60 in right around 7.5 seconds, weighs in right around 4,400 pounds. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.1 gallons. You'll expect to see around 17 miles per gallon in the city, 20 out on the highway, and then it does have a top speed right around 130 miles an hour. Now let's work our way to the exterior styling now, where being the TRD Pro, we have the hood scoop, which is also on the TRD Sports. You can see that badge on the right side as well, located within this vinyl, and then there's a pretty cool pattern and design for the rest of that. Great lines coming down the hood too, meeting the grille, where this does have a forward-facing camera as well as the sensor here for the adaptive cruise. I really like that feature, especially if you are taking this off the pavement. And then plenty of cutouts both in that grille and the small cutout just underneath that. Now this also has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And what's pretty cool is that the TRD logo in the lower section is an illuminating area, which is nice to see. This has the Rigid Industries LED fog lights. You can see the TRD skid plate. Front bumper valance is plastic. But it's a really nice design. Not too many changes since the 3rd gen came out in 2016. But for the side, this has a set of 16-inch wheels with the TRD logo, 30-inch all-terrain tires, and then it has the TRD tuned bilstein suspension with the TRD upper control arms. There's plastic for the fender flares there, body colored side mirrors with a camera system and the turn signal. This also has a sunroof. There's some matte black vinyl separating the windows there. I do wish this had rock sliders instead of a traditional step, being the TRD Pro, but this model has that available. What's also very cool to see, I haven't seen this on some of the other years, but TRD Pro is now stamped into the bedside versus having the logo underneath that side mirror. This has the TRD exhaust exiting that passenger side. And then it has a backup camera with Tacoma stamped in the lower section, all of the blacked out emblems. No LED taillights just yet. This also has the body colored bumper with all these sensors, and it can tow up to 6,500 pounds. Realistically, you're looking probably around 4,500 to 5,000 with my personal experience. But as we look at the bed space now, we have the soft opening tailgate, which is nice to have. And this is the 5-foot bed. We have some channels on both sides where you can put some tie down hooks. There's also a 3-prong outlet and a little bit of storage. Very light tailgate, so that is easy to close. And as we work our way to the back seats now, there's nothing too fancy for this interior. Nice materials for the armrest. It's going to be easy to clean all of this as well. There's a trim accent surrounding the window control. This also has the upgraded JBL audio sound system and plenty of storage in the lower section there. Now we do have the Softex leather seats with the red stitching. Very nice design to them. And the Tacoma is a mid-size truck. It's not the most roomy in the back seats, but it is doable at my height, 5'10". 2 cup holders in the middle, storage pocket as well. And then this does have the sliding rear glass, which is electronic. And that's pretty much all you get. It's a nice place to be though. And you do get a lot of hidden storage. So if I lift up this bottom, we have the storage compartment. It does go all the way to the passenger side. And then you also have storage behind both of the backings. So you can see on the driver's side, passenger side has a little bit more. And these backrests also have some hard, durable plastics. So you do have to flip up the bottom seat, and then you can fold that all the way down. And that gives you a nice flat surface for any items that you don't want to puncture the seats. So if you need a flat surface on the inside, it's great for that. Now for this door panel, we have all the window controls, speaker, a little bit of storage with these side mirror adjustments. And of course, these same seats, they are automatic up front. Surprisingly though, there is no grab handle for your driver. You have one on that A-pillar for your passenger, on the headliner there for your backseat passengers. I really wish they had that for the driver. It would be nice to see. But looking at the steering wheel, it's solid and perforated for the leather. You will notice the left side, we have tuning and volume Bluetooth controls. On the right side, there's cruise control, distance pacing with the lane keeping assist. And then we have these controls here for the gauge cluster. In order to do that, we need to fire this up. And you will see on the left side is the tach and the engine temperature. On the right side is the miles per hour and the fuel level. And then we can go through all of this info just by using those controls on the left side of the steering wheel. So there's not a whole lot to go through, but as you can tell, you can go through all of this info, even your pitch and roll, all of the basics essentially to show you what you need and nothing more. We also have some of the tech features that you can go through too. So it is nice that you can go through all of that. Now on this left side, you will see that 3-prong outlet in the bed, which you can control, automatic for the headlights. There's a dome light that you can see above the third brake light to get some light into the bed, traction control, and then this view button is for that forward-facing camera. Now if I push on it again, you can go to the side mirror, so now we have that camera angle, and if I push on it again, it will disappear. Now if I go to these side camera angles and put it into reverse, I don't think that will pop up again. So it will just activate once you are in drive there. And you can have auto turned on or off, which is pretty neat. Now we have one air vent with some trim accents on that left side. And then for this massive screen, you will see the buttons on both sides. For the home screen, we have audio and phone along with navigation. If we go into a menu, you can go through more of these apps here. Projection is how you can pair your phone to the system, so you can use that as needed. This does have the built-in nav though, which is great to see. We have some other audio controls, phone and apps on that right side. And then there's power and volume for the radio and tuning as well. Now underneath that, there's another LCD screen. This is for all the climates as well as the heated seats. So you can see those adjustments and then temperature dials, where you'd like the air to go. These are also multi-purpose dials too. So all of them you can push on the inside here and they have another function, which is nice. Now on this left side, there's all the 4-wheel drive selectors, engine start stop, even the heated side mirror controls. And then at the bottom, there's the blind spot monitoring, the electronically controlled transmission. This actually allows the truck to hold a higher rev in a certain gear. So if you're towing, it's not going to be as shift happy. It will allow you to rev out a little bit more, which is nice. Now there's the parking sensors, the sliding rear glass, we have some auxiliaries, and then the wireless charging pad, which is located down below. Now there's 2 cup holders just behind that, and then we have the TRD shift knob. If I put this into reverse, you will see the backup camera now with a few different angles. You can adjust those guidelines as needed. You can also shift using the shifter itself. So if you're towing or off-road, you have that adjustability. Another cup holder with a little bit of storage, and then the manual parking brake. Now right in the middle for the center armrest, this model actually has a safe. So if you twist on that and open it up, you have access to whatever you have in there. It's very nice and hidden, which is great. Passenger side has Tacoma stamped in the glove box cover, and then you have plenty of room down there. This does have a sunroof, so there's the manual adjustment for that sunshade. And then up top, there's the controls to open and tilt the sunroof. We have the locking diff as well as crawl control. There's the multi-terrain select, crawl control on that right side, and then you have the indicator in the middle, or the rotary dial, to not only go through the speed that you want, but also to select the off-road setting that you are in for the day. This is a pretty cool system. I have it on my 17. So if you want to see some crawl control videos, definitely check those out. But now let's go ahead and get this TRD Pro out on the road. All right, so we will pop it down into second gear using the shifter now, and let's give it some gas. And a little bit slow on the shifts. It's kind of what you would expect for a truck like this, Mainly that would be used to hold a gear if you're towing or if you are off the pavement. So I do like that you have the practicality to do that. Daily driving, not so much. I really don't do that much in my own truck, but if you do that, that's great. You have the option to do it there. And from the driver's seat, you can see what it's like to drive pretty much a $50,000 Toyota Tacoma. I love the hood scoop. On previous models, I wasn't a huge fan of it, like on the TRD Sports. I think the design is a little bit slimmer because I do remember driving some of the other models where the hood scoop just felt like it was too bulky, especially view-wise out of the front. This one seems a little bit sleeker in its design, which I think is nice. I don't have a hood scoop in my Tacoma, so this is a lot different of a view. But it doesn't really hinder any of your visibility, of course. And this is one of the best-selling midsize trucks currently available. I ran some numbers or found some stats on that, and it outsold some of the competitors by over 150,000 units. So the Tacoma is an extremely popular midsize truck. I certainly love it. I've had two of them. We have the automatic camera system too, which you can actually change. You can either have this angle or the side mirrors that just popped up. It'll disappear as you start to move. But I really like this truck. It's good on road. Some people will argue that it doesn't have as much horsepower or torque as other competitors, which is true. But at least for my driving style and for me, the Tacoma gets up. I'm up to speed, as you just saw. So I don't have any concerns with that, but I do think it would be nice for the 4th gen to have a little bit more power to compete, just to show those numbers on paper, make it look more competitive, I will say. But aside from the engine specs, this is a very, very capable truck in the stock configuration, and then of course jumping up to the TRD Pro makes it even that much more practical as you buy it as is. I have taken my stock Tacoma off-road and I'm blown away with the performance that it has for those situations. You're buying this truck to hopefully take it off the pavement. If not, you're just looking for a nice small truck to drive that is comfortable and quiet, aside from that exhaust. And this also has the TRD intake, so you get a little bit more of that V6 grunt. Not crazy loud, but it gives you, that small truck girth or grunt that you're looking for. But yeah, 50 grand for a Tacoma. I would definitely buy this. I'm very curious to see though how much the 4th gen is going to cost. And as far as the turning radius, real quick, that's what I love about the Tacoma. It's super light in the steering and very easy for maneuverability. But for another topic, I am curious about how much the 4th gen will cost, because 50 grand is still 50 grand. It's still a lot for a pickup, but I would buy it all day long. Such a cool truck. And I hope you enjoyed today's video in the 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Give the video a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.